Hello, this is Wednesday's reading lesson, and since I'm going to be calling today or tomorrow to get your oral reading grade, I want you to be aware that I won't pick today's lesson because I might call you before you have read it. So I will pick something from either the story about the eagle and the mole or Fall is for Apple Pie. So you're going to want to be sure that you're familiar with those stories. I will ask a few questions. On page 43, there are questions about Fall is for Apple Pie and the setting. So I may ask in either one of those stories what the setting was. So be sure you know what a setting is. And I could even ask the questions that are here in the book. I want to know if you understood the story. That's the purpose of asking questions. I want you to try to read smoothly and with good expression. I know doing it over the phone is a little different, and if you feel a little nervous, that's okay. You'll get used to it, and I'll take that into consideration. Just do the best that you can. Today, you're going to start on page 44 with reading the poem The Seasons by George Cooper. How many seasons in a year are there? Well, let's see. There's spring, summer, fall, and winter, right? 4 seasons. You can see on page 45, if you go ahead and get your book open and look at that there are 4 different pictures. Which one do you think represents winter? Can you find it? Point to it. How about spring? Oh, the flowers like to come out in spring, don't they? How about summer? Oh, is that when the fruit ripens? Yeah, you've got the strawberry there. And how about fall? Oh, the apples and leaves are falling off the trees. The trees are going to sleep and everything's getting ready for the winter. When you read this, think about what your favorite season of the year is. I know in Florida we don't have a big change when the seasons come and go, but there is a little change. Do you like gentle spring breezes? Or do you like the real chilly weather in the winter when you have to put on your winter cap and your jacket? Or do you like summertime so you can go jump in the pool and get cooled off? I know we don't have snow in the winter, do we? And some days we have in the fall that feel like summer still. But fall is coming now, isn't it? So a little bit nicer out this week. And also, why do you think, in this poem, think about why do you think the bluebird would begin to build its nest in spring? Why wouldn't it build its nest in winter? Why would the cattle need to stand under the shady trees in summer? What is a sign that winter has come? So those are some things that the poem says. Now, the poem actually has 5 verses, but there are only 4 seasons. And that's because there's 1 verse for each season. And then the 5th one kind of is a summary of just what this person, this author of the poem, thought about the seasons. Also, on page 46, you're going to be reading a story, A Little Fish and Bread. Do you like fish? How do you like it cooked? I like it fried. I like some cocktail sauce or some ketchup on fried fish. I love fish and chips. I shouldn't eat a lot of fried food, but I love fish and chips. Maybe your mom knows how to bake or broil fish really, really well. I like tilapia that way. Well, in the days of who's our main character going to be, can you tell in this? If you're looking at page 46, the very first word tells us. That's right, Jesus is the main character of this. And as you're reading it, figure out the setting. And in the days of Jesus, they ate fish a lot because Jesus lived near the Lake of Galilee. And they had bread, but they had to make it all by hand. They couldn't just go to the store and buy it. Now, when we have bread, do you know what a loaf is, right? A loaf of bread. So I tried to kind of draw an Italian loaf of bread up there. And if there's more than 1 loaf, now there's 2, then we say loaves of bread. And you're going to need to know this number. How do you think you would write the number 5,000? Well, it's in the thousands, right? The hundreds only has 3 digits. So the thousands has 4 digits. So we're going to put 5 and then 0, 0, 0. And where does the comma go? 1, 2, 3, la comma. It goes 3 digits in between the thousands place and the hundreds place. So that number 5,000 is going to be in this story today. What do you do when you see someone that needs help? Do you try to help? All right, in this story, see who needs help and how they are helped. And then when you get to page 50, be sure to answer those questions. If you don't know the answers, well, then you might need to go back and read it to yourself again. We are trying to learn reading comprehension. That means to understand what we're reading. And later in the year, that will be more of your grade. I want you to think about if this is a true story. What is the setting as far as when it takes place? Does it take place nowadays or a long time ago? You probably already know the answer to that, right? If it's a true story, how do you know it's true? And so you're going to read up to page 50 today. I'll leave you with that. Goodbye.